All right, we are live. We are here for lesson number 1 of high value English. Lesson 1. So that means this is most strongly recommended lesson to help you with speaking, writing, but especially the listening. Usually, this topic is the one that really helps people with their listening to native speed English. And so this is about the pronouns. Usually, of course, this is maybe the first or second lesson in a textbook with words like I over here, you, and then he and she and it. And over here, you've got we, again, you, and then here we have they. Now I would call these, I don't even know the name really. I call these maybe the active pronouns. These are the actor. This is the person or character doing something. For example, she wants to go swimming, or they lost my suitcase at the airport, right? So this character is they're doing the action. So on the other side, let's move this down. You have the other side, you have, me, again, you, so that's convenient. Him, her, it. And over here, us, again, you, and then them. And so these might be called the receiving pronouns. These are the ones accepting or receiving the action. Like I gave her a present, or she told me a joke. Okay, so from the verb, you have one side is the actor, one side is the receiver or acceptor. All right, but that's all review. You know that. Usually in a textbook, you say, okay, yep, I got it. I know that. What's next? But I strongly recommend having a full control of all of these words if you really want to have a good chance at native listening. And why? Why is it so important for listening? I think it's because, nouns and characters and objects are only usually introduced once. So one time only. They might begin a story, and then they begin a story, my friend, my mother, my car, my computer. Then after sentence 2, 3, 4 into the story becomes she, her, we, it, they, us. And if you're not comfortable or you don't have a strong control of these words, you can become lost and think, oh, I don't know who did what. I don't know who did it. I don't know what. I don't know. So, I very strongly recommend practicing these. So here, this might be a common writing example from a student of mine saying, my friend and I went shopping. My friend bought a t-shirt, and I told my friend that her t-shirt looked cool. My friend was glad. Okay, so this is actually perfect. There's no mistakes here at all. It's absolutely correct. But you can see it's not very native sounding because the friend, the t-shirt are introduced, friend, and then again, like, I know, you introduced them. You don't have to say again, my friend, or t-shirt. And this is a good example of what is a value So I think value is the difference between the cost of something and the benefit, which is the goodness, or you could say performance. And so if there's a big space between those, that means a good value or high value. If there's a very small difference, or even the cost is too high, then the value is low, or it's a bad value. So I think that in language or speaking, and native speakers of maybe every language do this, the cost is going to be time, and the benefit is the message. So if you can communicate the same message in a shorter time or fewer words, then that's a higher value. That's a better value. And all native speaking is going to go that way, to that faster, and yes, give me the information quickly. All right. Maybe in the old days, a long time ago, we could speak more slowly and take more time, and people liked it. But recently, everything is super fast, and it's only going to get faster, I think. So let's say, what would I say here? What I would do is, let's make 3 sentences. Okay, so we'll say my friend and I went shopping. So this one is no change, because this is the introductory, sentence. You're introducing the characters. See if I can get this on the same line. All right. Oops. Put that back. Okay, so no change there. Now the second time, my friend bought a t-shirt, we're going to say she bought a t-shirt. So new item here, that's okay. And I told her that her t-shirt, let's say, okay, hold on. So she's the actor, she's the one doing the buying, and I told her she's the one receiving the telling. I told her that her t-shirt, so now we can cut this down, her t-shirt down to it. All right, so it looked cool. All right, so yeah, this is definitely more, we're just cutting a little bit of a few words, but it's definitely sounds more native style. She was glad. So she was the, she equals that adjective, glad. All right, so I recommend, you can practice. This is how we go to more native listening. We write slowly, carefully. We start with our original style, and then see if we can edit and make changes that are a little bit more native style. So let's do some more. Let's go down. So here you can have kind of 2 characters plus one object or item. And again, 3 sentences, and just see where it goes. How does it unfold? You can use I. You can say, I will buy a present for my mother. So present, mother. First time saying, no problem. How about, she will be so surprised when it arrives. So she will be, of course, is the mother, and it is the only object here is the present. So it arrives, at her house. She will be surprised. How about, let's see. I hope it will make her happy. All right. So yeah, you can see how the verb in the middle really does, decide. Is it, so it will make the present will make her, become happy, make her happy. That means this feeling you will become. All right. So yeah, that's a good one there. Let's say, what if you have two characters plus one item? But let's say that the two characters are it's not I, it's two other characters. How about my son and my daughter both want to borrow my car. Okay, so I am not even in this yet. My son and daughter both want to drive. So son, daughter, car. We'll say he wants to meet his friends. All right, so he is at this point in the story. It's not me. It's not the daughter. So it must be the son. His friends. It's a new noun here, new characters here, but it's his, the son's friends. And she wants to what? I don't know, buy a new computer. I don't know. Okay, so another new item here. She wants to buy. Okay, so we'll mark those up. He, his, she, computer. I told them. Now who's them? Them is, now who is that? Yeah, we have a group of people here, friends here, but am I talking? Am I going to tell the friends? No, it's going to be son and daughter. So son, that's the more normal or natural connection. So I told them that I need it for my job. Now here again, you can say it. Well, it. Now you have two items. You got the car, you got the computer. But what is the most natural? It's a 90% chance, 99% chance. It is the car. So I need the car to go or to drive for my job. But yeah, it's true. It's not 100%. I mean, it could be. The them could be the friends, but it's really the best chance, the most normal version is going to be the son and daughter, and it is going to be the car. Okay, so yeah, that was a little bit tricky to explain, but native people speak this way so quickly, and we don't even think about it. It's just so natural. This is how we manage or control this character to him. He gave her. I want it. It, blah, blah, blah. All right. So you have to pretty carefully and slowly design these types of stories with many, at least two characters, maybe, and one item. Okay, to really start practicing. Then it gets more complicated with maybe 3 characters, 4 characters, maybe 2 items, all kinds of things. Another thing I just want to talk about is about, convenient it. All right, so it is used very often, like it's so hot. All right, now in this case, what is it? There's no object that has been introduced. There's the first, the beginning is it. And so this is kind of, I think, used to mean the situation. Whatever this right now or the speaker is in, this situation. So in this case, it means the weather. Or even what time is it? The situation, it means kind of right now. What time is right now? Do I have another one? Let's say, oh yeah. How about it's stressful Now, what is it? Well, I don't know. Well, what's stressful? To to fly. It's stressful to go on vacation. So now this is a strange one. This means the it is actually the going on vacation, that situation, but it's kind of introduced after. So anyway, those are just three examples where it is another, it's a convenient word when the situation is, you understand, right? I don't have to explain it, which is, that's a native style where no explanation, I think you know what I mean. And there's other ones too, where there's, how about like no, pronouns with no introduction. For example, I went to the store because we ran out of milk. Okay, so there's I, and then there's we. But who is we? If this is the first story, how can I know that? But usually you can understand if I don't live alone. It can mean my family. It can mean my roommates. It could mean my office. Maybe in my office there's a kitchen and we have to use a milk for coffee, or it just means my wife and I, or husband and I, things like that. So this we I can communicate. I think you can understand. I don't have to introduce it to you. All right. Here's another good one. They say you shouldn't count your chickens before they're hatched. Now that's an expression meaning don't imagine how many. Oh, I have so many chickens, but really they're still eggs. So maybe you won't have so many chickens because they're still in the eggs. Things can change. But who is they? Oh, now we got two theys. Oh, this is pretty complicated. So they, number one, that just means other people or old people or people from before, the past, people from the past. And then this they is going to mean the chickens before the chickens are hatched. So yeah, that's complicated too. Two theys with two different meanings. Means your chickens, you're unhatched. Hatch means open from the egg, or come out of the egg. Okay, so yeah, this is another one. No introduction. This one is introduced. So maybe I'll put that up there. So this one is not introduced. But this one introduced. This one is introduced. It said, those chickens I just said. Okay. I'll do one more. Sometimes again, I don't have to introduce it. I think that you can understand. How about I rushed into the movie theater with my ticket in hand, but it had already started. Okay, so you have movie theater, that's a place, that's an object. Ticket, that's another noun there. Also hand is a noun, but it had already started. So in this case, well, what has started? From the verb we can know that it equals the movie. So we go to the movie theater, got the ticket, it started. I hurried to the train station, but it was gone. You could say, well, if you're going to the train station, why why are you going there? It's going to be it means the train, even though I'm saying train station or movie theater. The it, I think you can know. I don't have to introduce it. It means a train. All right. And one more thing. I think this is the last one. Yeah. So sometimes you have kind of shared pronouns, just like that chickens, they, and then they again, where it's one word, they, but two different meanings. See if I can talk about this one. So let's do another A, B, C. So how about my sisters love buying expensive bags. Okay, so introduced sisters, introduced bags. They never let me borrow them. Now here you got a they. You have a them. Now here you have to look at the verb. And so they never let me borrow. So let, that means kind of give permission or say, oh yeah, you can do. So that means that this must be, the actor must be the human, because a bag can't do anything. A bag just is there. So they never let me. If you put it in, my sisters never give me permission. They never share. They never say, go ahead. They never let me. All right. So that means the them, that's the borrow them. Borrow the receiver is, the item is going to be the bags. Borrow their bags. Right? Or the bags. But yep, shortest version, them. And finally, maybe when I'm older, they will share them with me. So kind of same thing, similar verb, share. Share is, someone has to, decide to do it, or there has to be an actor that is a human. So they will share them, share, and then the receiver or acceptor, it's going to be an item, not, the bags. All right, so that's a pretty, that's pretty complicated there. I recommend, that first style is the beginning. Ones like this, I, and then someone else, and an item. If that becomes no problem, try going two different characters and one item, and start practicing he, she, them, it. Be careful of the convenient it. We use that with no introduction, and then sometimes, you're gonna see other ones. We, they, with no introduction, and then finally, you'll have cases where he gave him, cases like that, where even, let's say, can I think of one? Let's say, let's see, I don't know, my father and brother love baseball, so he bought him tickets. Okay, so in this case, my father, they love baseball, they love baseball, so he bought him tickets. So one man bought for another man tickets. Which one? I don't know. I don't know who did it. So that's a case. This is, I guess, correct. There's no mistake, but I don't know who bought the tickets and who got the tickets. Could be the father, could be the brother. All right, so this would be correct, but even native speakers or native listeners would not understand. It's too ambiguous, so it's not clear. All right, I think that's probably enough for now. But just to get you thinking about it, there's I think you can see that from the start, I strongly recommend practicing these styles. It's not just a lesson one beginner lesson and then finish. This is the most common trouble I see with my students and their listening, that they don't have a good sense or good control of the actor side and the receiver side of pronouns, and it's super important. All right. Anyway, if you have any, you can write examples maybe in the comments, and I'll try to see them. But yeah, that should do it for now. We'll see you in the next lesson.